What's going on, everyone? Another amazing episode bringing value. So, this one's going to be unique. We just got done talking about adding cash flow profit to the bottom line of your business. So, this one's going to be talking about engaging the customers to close more deals in the home. So, Yusuf with Floori, the floor visualizer, is going to be able to show you guys how you can close more sales in the home utilizing this visualizer. Give the customer the before, the after, the everything that this floor is going to look like through his app. It's amazing. Let's listen to him. Show us what he's got. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Beyond the Crete podcast. As we all know, we are all about business growth. And as you can see, we have our guest who is super excited today. Guys, when I talk about going into, say, a winter type of recession, or we talk about economic downturns, we always talk about how are we going to gain market advantage. And this is what this podcast is all about. How are we doing sales? How are we doing marketing? How are we utilizing technology or tools within our tool belt to gain market knowledge? So without further ado, super excited to have Yusuf on the podcast today. So again, Yusuf, thanks for coming on.
Sergeant Pete, what is going on? Yusuf Akasha reporting for duty here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. No, I appreciate it. So basically what we do is we're going to kind of talk about three main topics: the past, the present, the future. And we're going to build it all around Floori and everything that you're doing to help everybody in our industry level up. So before we jump into that, kind of give your quick, 2-minute bio, who you are and what you do.
Yeah, awesome. Guys. So my name is Yusuf. I'm was born in Texas, grew up in Michigan, went back to Texas for kind of my early 20s and early 30s now. I'm 31, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are rolling in their graves when they hear that.
Yeah.
No, but basically, my mom runs a flooring store in Dallas, so she's been doing for a long time, traditional hardwood carpet kind of store in home installation. And so kind of grew up around that business. She's been doing that for 13, 14 years now. And, just was always kind of technology, interested in new technologies that were coming out and seeing how these could affect, different, more slow moving markets. And my parents are both salespeople, and my dad's in the auto business. My mom's in the flooring business. So I started to think, like, how could we make something cool that, they could use? And so came up with Floori. So it's a photo-based, augmented reality flooring visualizer system. You could snap a photo and see what different floors look like in your home, in your garage, in your customer's garage, in all those spaces. So that's basically, kind of how it started. Saw my mom struggling, swapping samples back and forth for weeks with customers. Anyone that knows the hardwood game knows that. Think if you're in the epoxy game, be thankful you don't have to do that. There's not thousands and thousands of SKUs to choose from, and the things that are out of stock left and right. So so kind of saw that happen and was like, hey, let's do something. Made cool software. Fast forward, so that was in 2018. It's been a while now. I keep saying that, but we have like a bit over 270 customers now globally.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
a lot of those guys, about 150 plus, are coatings businesses,
Okay.
kind of all. So it's so random, but I mean, we got guys all over South Africa, Norway, I mean, Australia, New Zealand. I mean, it's wild.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Our first coatings business customer was in Hawaii. Shout out
Okay.
to Patrick. Shout out to Patrick.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know
he's
Patrick Wynn. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I know
Patrick.
him. He's a good friend of mine. I know him trucking real well.
That's crazy. Yeah, he was the first guy, man. He was really just on it, I guess. Kind of wild, but
Yeah, that's crazy. So let's I don't want to dive too much into it because I want to get it and want you to be able to kind of show what you got. But in the past, you're talking about like your mom having a flooring store, right? So that's traditional, the way we came from, right? You have a brick and mortar, somebody walks in, they look at hardwood floors per se, or they look at linoleum and they're going to say, I want linoleum. Well, that's a very generic term, realistically, right? And so we utilize that in epoxy world where they want an epoxy floor. Well, lots of different worlds. So like you said, with swapping samples and stuff like that, you probably saw back in the day with their salespeople or your mom, probably even you yourself, right? How many times was there a customer that had different samples, right? Like, I mean, that's one of the most common problems you see today in that world, right? And they can't picture what it looks like. I would assume you guys had to deal with that all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing was what was annoying. I think what made me what what actually drove me to actually start this product was watching her like take, maybe like 10 different samples to the house in her, her little SUV. And then like them saying no, and then like 2 weeks until like they can arrange another meet. And then they would, or they would come to the store and then they would take them again and check them out. So yeah, that happened all the time. I mean, and for flooring, I mean, I guess on a per square footage cost, it's probably a little bit more expensive, and it's of course more intimate. You're swapping out your bathroom,
Mhm.
your living room, all that stuff. So it's more of an important purchase there. So that's kind of why I was like, man, like there's got to be value here created if we can just show what this small, 2 by 2 sample would look like on the floor. So that's really kind of the origins there.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's kind of jump right into it. So, if we look at like say the present, kind of what you're doing with Floori and everything right now. So, I'm gonna want you to kind of walk us through it and to kind of share screen and kind of do a lot of that type of stuff. But I know you and I have talked about your growth plan and stuff like that, right? So that sounds like it's one of the fastest and easiest ways to get people to understand how to utilize the most maximize out of Flory, right? So I'll just kind of let you take it over from here, but kind of jump into it, share screen, whatever you need to do.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, Pete. And so this growth plan, I mean, to be honest, we came up with it because we were always in a situation where we said, hey, look, like how when we're talking to customers, right? The question is like, how are you going to benefit from this product? And so rather than having a 25-minute conversation with me or someone from my team, and of course we're always happy to do that, we kind of condensed it down into this really simple form to answer a few questions, and then it will this interactive growth plan will be generated. It'll show you all the ways Flory can help you guys grow your coatings business. And so we're going to go through right now. So Peter, we're gonna just role play here. Pretend you're an upstart coatings business,
Yeah.
and let's just answer some of these questions together, and then we'll have a printout here at the end. So
Okay.
number one, I think I know the answer to this. Pete,
Yes.
do you do in-home sales? Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you sell e-commerce by chance?
No.
Cool, cool, cool. Do you do door-to-door sales?
Yes.
Okay, you do. Okay, you leave door hangers out. Do you have a website, good sir?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Are you running
Yes.
email and SMS automations?
Yes.
Something everybody should be doing if you have a
Yeah.
coatings business. Attention,
Yeah.
attention.
Knowledge drop, I always say, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't have a CRM and you're not automating your follow-up, then someone else is, there's 50
Getting
other
that
people
lead. Yeah.
doing it. So you gotta jump on that. Okay, so do you post often on social?
Yes.
By the way, you don't have to say yes to all of these, just
No, I know.
does your marketing team use Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager to efficiently track customer
No.
share? Okay, cool. Would you like us to have a training session with your team if everything makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. It is pretty easy to use, probably no training needed, but we will be happy to do that. Um, any printed, do you have any printed marketing
No.
materials that you distribute? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Do you do any home shows or in-person marketing events?
No.
Cool. Nope. Another undercover thing. I had someone who was telling me that I think he was saying that he generated, gosh, they were at the Texas State Fair, man.
Mm,
I can't remember the number, but it was like
huge.
it was an ungodly amount of money or an ungodly amount of booked business from the state fair.
Yeah.
So they were going hard on the in-person events. Highly suggest that to those of you that are not doing that yet in your community. So do you want access to question? Do you want access to partners that can provide high quality material and equipment at special contractor rates? Hint, 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 hint.
Yeah. That's probably going to be me.
That's probably gonna be brother Pete right here. Okay, cool. So it really it is. You'll see your name in there. Do you wish you had a better website?
Oh,
Good sir.
absolutely.
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. Do you have a steady flow of leads coming in every day from Facebook and Google?
No, no, we don't know.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's see here. Well, we can just say just
Yeah.
suppose do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. If yes, preview, do you wish your ads are better performing? Let's just say yes on that because I want to show you kind of what we can do on that side. Make sure you guys get the cheapest cost per lead you can in your market. Are you using a CRM to manage your customers?
No.
Cool. And then do you have any newer iPads on hand? The ones
Yes.
with 3 cameras on the back. Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool. Cool. All right. So in just a few minutes here, guys, we answered some questions and we're going to generate a custom growth plan here. It's going to explain exactly how you should use Floori in your business. So let's kind of go through it. So since you conduct in-home sales, good sir, Pete, number one here, we're going to recommend that you embed your customized Floori link in your presentation. So if you're doing in-home sales and you are running a presentation, you know, through, showing off your services, basically you can take this presentation template that we've created here and you can actually use this, customize it, add your before and afters, all that stuff. This is a Canva editable presentation. It's
Okay.
just a template. Go ahead and take it. And so if you don't want to pay a bunch of money for other presentation softwares and things like that, I've got a template for you right here, and you can just drop that link for the visualizer. Now for the visualizer, I think it's important probably to at this point kind of maybe show you guys what the visualizer, how this works here. So I'm going to include a demo link in the bottom of this video in the comments. So if you're watching this video, check the comments or check the description of this video. You will be able to. Okay, so
Yeah.
guys, so this is our new user experience here. So I'm going to show you how this works. This particular customer does not have a new user experience yet, but we'll be getting him set up on that. So basically here, you're just going to upload a photo. If you're on your phone, make sure to click that link in the description or the comments to be able to do that. And you can snap a photo with your actual camera. Otherwise, I'm just going to upload a photo from my phone or from my desktop here. And so I just grabbed this random garage floor off of the internet here. So that's basically how this works. And then over here, what we introduced recently new, Pete, is the favoriting system too. So this is really cool. So now when I click a particular product, I can actually favorite this product and it's going to get stored in my favorites here. So I can rotate this floor, obviously for flakes and metallics, not that relevant. But basically, I can swipe through all these different products here, quickly get a sense for which one is the one that I want. And then I can actually even do a little compare. Yeah. And this is really cool. So this is something that's really setting us apart right now. And so I can literally just drag and drop before and after here, in this system here. And yeah, I mean, people are finding it really helpful. Just look at Outback there. I don't know. It's cool, right? So once you favorited these products, you can actually view these here as a customer. This is something that's going to live on your website. Your sales guys are going to use this. You're going to embed this in your presentation. And that's how it works. So if you're on your phone, I really, suggest you guys just play around with this a lot. You can download the screenshot here that you've created. You can do it all. So metallics, flakes, flagstone, stamped concrete. We got a pretty large assortment of products that are in our system already. I can kind of share a little bit of that here. So we've got valences up there as well, but here's some of the suppliers that we actually have in our system. So got lots of flakes, got lots of metallics, got all sorts of stuff in there already built in for you. This is actually showing you how easy it is to set up your account and actually add products. So you literally just go in there and you just select the different flakes and metallics that you want to choose, and you add them to your system. So anyway, so that was a little bit lengthy here on the hey, embed this in your sales presentation, but just wanted to share that. We do have a template if you don't want to, and full instructions on how to use this template. Next, Pete, since you do door-to-door sales, highly recommend you download this door hanger template. So this door hanger template has a QR code linked up to it, and that's actually going to send your customers to your specific visualizer link. So you're actually promoting the visualizer in this QR code, and that's going to be used as a hook there for anyone that's looking at a door hanger. Hey, look, like that's not your average door hanger. Not every door hanger has a visualizer attached to it. So pretty cool there. So next, since you do in-person event marketing, looks like that shouldn't be there. Oops, ignore that. We don't do that. So since you have a website and you want to get the most out of your traffic, definitely embed this on your site. here's the line of code that you have to put on your website. It's literally just one line of code.
Wow.
And then here is here's an example of some of the animated mock-ups and banners that we create. So if you want any sort of like little animated banners like this that we did for Garage Flooring Pros, we can help you make these. We can help you put them on your site for you. And so this is like just a really great way to put this on, to get the visualizer front and center so people can see it.
Yeah.
And then for this, I don't know if you guys have seen this 3D background here. So we created this for Brandon a while back, and a lot of other people have requested it. So we've been making these custom for people. And it's just another really cool way to basically spruce up that page and just kind of get people pretty hyped up. And so, if you guys want any of these animated mock-ups and animations, we can absolutely do those. And then since you run email and SMS automations, Pete, highly recommend putting this in your email and SMS automation. So as soon as somebody submits, the lead, you're sending them, hey, what's going on? Somebody will be contacting you. Here's a link to book. By the way, here's a link to our visualizer if you want to try it out. Bada bing, bada boom. And Pete, if you have any questions at all, at any point, feel free to stop me.
Well, and I just want to elaborate. I mean, it's crucial to have that in all those points, because now literally the customers are doing the majority of the work and looking at their floors, taking their picture before you've even kind of gone out there, and then you just show them even more as the in-home presentation.
That's right. It's all about warming up these leads. Everybody knows, Facebook leads are, not the warmest, Google leads are great too, right? They're warmer, but the point is that, think like you're essentially putting them in a hot tub when you're putting your floors in their space, right? And it's them taking the photo. It's like, if they actually do it, that means they are definitely primed to buy. They're definitely interested, and they're definitely experiencing a customer experience that not many other people in their market are doing, right? So, depending on your market, depending on how many Floori users there are there, you might be one of the only few there. So that's really important. Be really standing out there, especially in these winter months, is going to be really. All right, so Pete, you said you do a lot of posting on social, right? Yep. So, well, that's good, because we actually give you guys a bunch of ad templates, social media post templates for you guys to be able to use in your marketing. So I kind of show you a couple of these here as we speak.
You're taking a lot of the marketing out of these people's hands. I mean, you're giving them literally a template that they just plug and play with their information.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's really, it comes down to, we just wanted to help customers get the word out there more, right? So rather than having to spend the time, making ads and making posts, all sorts of stuff from scratch, hey, look, use these templates, grab these different, swap out your colors, put in your logo, things like that. So got a bunch of different templates and goodie bags in there. So you also want to get access to some of the best deals from different suppliers and vendors. If you click on this link here, you'll get access to a spreadsheet here that includes your name in there, as well as a few other awesome vendors. So you also said you want us to help train your team. No worries, we can do that. It's really simple to use. Otherwise, it's just simply uploading a photo and taking a couple clicks there, but happy to schedule a session there. And because you said you don't have a website or wish your website was more effective, if you do want us to create a stunning landing page, we absolutely can here. So this is one we did for Florida concrete resurfacing here. So set them up with the cool 3D banner in the background. This is just highly optimized to convert, got the visualizer embedded right in the landing page, all for about $1,200, depending on the complexity. So pretty simple and straight to the point. And so if you guys need any help on that, absolutely there. And then if you want, there's more of these examples of these animations, right? These 3D banners in the background. So showing you garage gladiators, pretty cool animation for them as well. That should be loading here in a second.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing, right? Lead generation is obviously huge, but making sure that like not click funnels, but obviously driving traffic to the website and just making them a couple of different filling out. But when you have graphics that look like that, and it's instantly changing, and they got a G-Wagon sitting on it, like, hell yeah.
I mean, listen, it just makes
So
it
much
a
better.
bit more,
It's
just
not
makes it a bit more
static.
interesting. It's not
Yeah.
static. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying this is, this is alone going to make you $1 million, but hey, look, when someone first enters your site, it's not a bad first impression.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So now, Pete, you said you do have some of the newer iPads on hand. So I'm going to
Yeah.
kind of show on the screen here. This actually shows the iPad system here. This is an app that does not require internet at all, which is really cool. So you can basically hard downloads all the flooring textures onto the device, and then you can use this. It uses real-time augmented reality, right? So it's not just snapping a photo. You can actually walk around the space and
Okay.
really view this around, the home with the client. So highly recommended. Basically, just giving this to the customer once you're at this stage. You can see my filthy garage here. Uh,
You need a
so
coating. I know a
I
guy.
need everything, man. Need everything, man. Yeah, need to nuke that garage. So basically, if you're
Wow.
seeing this here, you're actually walking around the space. You can just literally hand the customer this iPad and say, "Hey, look, go try all these different colors around, try these different flakes around, and give it a shot," right? And so this is engaging. I mean, this can definitely bring some dopamine into the experience.
Hmm.
Obviously, I'm not saying, I never suggest, hey, look, if somebody knows what color they want, don't shove Flory into their face, right? Just get the money.
Yep.
But if you have somebody that's not really excited yet, not, you haven't built enough trust with, doesn't really, know which product to put down their floor, wants their wife's opinion, blah, 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 then you use Flory, right?
Yep.
It's not for every single in-home visit, but it can definitely be helpful in a lot of use cases. So this is actually showing off the measurement feature. So with this feature, you can actually measure the space of the garage really
Wow.
quickly and develop a quick floor plan. And from that, you'll see here in a second, but you can actually generate a quote, an interactive quote. If you are using more sophisticated systems, from other like House Call Pro and other kind of invoicing systems, I'm not going to try to say, hey, you got to use this thing here, but I just want to share that this product can measure, visualize, and quote all in one app, and the customer gets this really cool interactive quote. So, with here you kind of edit all the different features of the quote, and then here you'll see this interactive proposal get sent to the customer, including the screenshots, the floor plan, all that kind of stuff. So that's just to show you that it's there. I'm not saying you got to use it, not saying you have to use it, but if you do have newer iPads lying around, this is a product that we do offer as a part of our suite. So now, if you weren't exhausted enough of growing your, so many things here to do. If you do want a steady flow of leads here, if you need help just kind of organizing, your CRM, we do offer a CRM system that basically allows you to just manage all your leads, right? So, you can message and email them all from one location, call them, all the automations are in there, full explainer video here. Guys, honestly speaking, like the whole goal here is to check this, make your own growth plan, right? Fill this out. This is going to be in the description, so you're gonna be able to click on this as well and try it out. But just wanted to share that we also do offer a CRM to help, our customers organize their leads and with built-in automations and things like that. So there you have it, Pete. These are all the different ways you can use Flory and Flory services to grow your business. Do you have any
Yeah.
questions, good sir?
Well, I want to elaborate because the professional, we always talk about this, is creating the customer experience. Okay. So yeah, we can kind of go out and say it's going to be X dollars a square foot. Here's your 4 colors and good luck, right? Kind of a thing. Or call me and hopefully we can close. But when you actually engage in the customers, right? So we talk a lot about in class when we're talking about from the beginning, if it's talking about a pick test or diamonds and concrete and moisture, and then this basically engaging them, right? So showing them hard samples. But when we talk about engaging the customers, and you literally could put an iPad in somebody's hands and they're walking around their own floor and seeing the different colors and they're picking the colors in real time. And then you have, like, say, a hard sample, like that's an experience. That's how you justify your cost. It's how you justify, an in-home sale. You're not just quoting them over the phone and off like that. And so they've already pre-started looking at this, right? They're on your website. They're doing a little bit of this, but now they're doing the professional where it's their floor, their everything. And we get a lot of this too, where maybe husband wants gray, wife wants tan, whatever that is, right? So now they can pick and choose, or like that before and after kind of a thing. That was huge. I didn't know about that. And emailing them pictures or a quote, right? Whether you use a different CRM or a high level, which is a different topic, but this is where you're going to be able to create that differentiating factor, right? So like, what's tan versus gray look like, and taking pictures and emailing them to them, and like I said, adding to a favorite like that. So I'm huge on creating the customer experience. I think this is where people are going to utilize these tools to set themselves apart. And again, if you're not utilizing this and somebody else in your market is, you're losing jobs because of it.
Yeah, and I think it's super important. I mean, listen, I mean, if you've got, you just got to get this in their hands at some point. And I think the best situation, to do that in is before you get there. So, when you're on the phone with them, if you're emailing them, if you're texting them, send them the link, man. Tell them to try it out before you get there, so that they know, so that both of you know which colors they want.
Yeah.
So that you can get farther ahead of the sales process. So you can get ahead of anyone else. And it's just, it just is creating that. You just got to create that stepping stone of value until you get that yes, the final yes, and get the invoice signed. But highly recommended. Really, just I got to say, just pre-sales over the phone. I mean, I got some customers that said, "Hey, man, look, like I saw like 250K over the phone
Yeah.
with the help of this tool, right?" And so, I mean, because they don't want to drive an hour and a half to an appointment,
Yeah.
because they do work where it's a little bit more rural and people are farther out. So, hey, man, you can have most of the entire sales experience, forget the fan deck, forget the gas money. You just saved all that. You put that in your pocket, and you got a signed invoice over the phone,
Right.
and we're here to help. Right. And, even if I'm not saying you could do that all the time, but it really can be helpful in that pre-sales environment.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, real quick before we kind of wrap it up, like we usually talk about the future. Now, obviously not what's going to happen in the world, but where do you see Floori kind of going, right? Like, where are you going? What are you doing, without giving away your secrets? Like, how do you see this, like game changing, elevating our industry?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. So first of all, World War III is going to hit for
Right.
before
Unfortunately.
any of these new features drop. So build your bunkers. That's the newest feature is the build your bunker service.
No, there you go. You get to pick your
Yeah.
flooring in your bunker. I like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Sad, but
yeah.
true.
No, I mean, we're definitely on a mission here to help as many flooring businesses as possible. I mean, I want to help 1,000 businesses at minimum over the next year and a half here. Really use these tools to grow their business. I want to create something a little bit more in depth for some of these guys that are doing custom metallic works, right? So we've got some systems here. We've done custom visualizers where basically we did one for Bona, where you lay down a base color and then you lay down different levels of different colors of flakes. And so
Okay.
I want to be able to be like, hey, if you sell metallics, like you have to use our system, right? Because you can create any sort of cool metallic design in our app, and it's all plug and play, ready to go. And to be honest, you know, Pete, I'm curious to see, from your side, where do you see, where's the next gap for, coatings installers, and coatings businesses for product like this? Where do you see this sort of naturally progressing into? Because I mean, I think if we can get more of like a click, like a CPQ, I forgot what those are called, but like click per quote, or like basically like after using the visualizer, actually building out a quote and like sending him out like a preliminary quote rather than just like, the visualization being the end of the experience. I think that's interesting. But where do you see this, kind of finding its way into a more valuable kind of niche, I guess, or value
Well, I
chain.
think any home service based customer, especially in the flooring aspect, but if you look at the coatings per se, we always talk about diversification. Okay. So, like a flake system is crucial. I mean, that's obviously what the bread and butter is. But um, if you look at quartz and metallics and shop floors and right, residential and commercial, to be able to go and do that, I think the tool is already built for all that. To be honest, I think realistically, um, it's already there. I think the biggest thing that I could say with anybody is you got to learn this type of technology and don't be scared of it. You got to understand it. And then people talk people don't talk to people anymore, right? Everybody, we want automation, right? It's easy, but I think the biggest thing is creating that customer experience like that. So if we can pre-qualify 90% of our leads by doing something like this, you get into a home and they've picked Domino or Outback. They've got a gray in a tan, 199% of the way picked out because they've already used the visualizer. You come back in, you throw down 2 samples, you collect a check, and off you go. You're streamlining the entire process. So realistically, it's saving time and money. Time is money. And so I think everybody just needs to understand the technology. Don't be scared of it. And when you can capitalize it from every level, and what I talk about that is on your website, on your quote, on your SMS, your email campaign, right? Everything at every level, that's branding, in my opinion, right? So everything stays the same, it looks the same, and you're constantly doing that. Also, my biggest thing that I talk to customers about, and I think the biggest lack of what some of our, not just our guys, just in general is a CRM. Okay. We could talk about this in an entirely new podcast. If you guys are not utilizing a CRM with automations and follow-ups and putting these types of links in them, you're missing out on hundreds and hundreds of leads. And I have the data to back this up from our customers who utilize this stuff and can track it. So going back to the beginning, if you look at that growth plan that Yusuf talked about, it outlined essentially the answers to the questions that say I filled out. One of them was a CRM, one of them was marketing, one was print. He gave you 90% of the tools to start. Like that's where I see people just get so bogged down. They're like, oh, I don't know what they have to do. Well, here's a template for 90% of what you got to do to grow your business. So to me, that's the answer to your own question because you've already done it.
Yeah, and just chip away at it, you don't try to do it all in one afternoon, start posting regularly, some stories. I think like honestly, stories are even more impactful than posts on social, of course, these days. So, if you're tagging, your latest realtor or whoever heck is in town, and start kind of getting yourself out there more, and slowly get a nice site, hook it up to some ads. And I'm not even saying like, you need necessarily like a whole nother marketing partner. I mean, ads are not that complex to at least get started. Getting somebody, who does know what they're doing is definitely important. So, but my point is that it just don't do it all don't do it all in one shot. Take your time and, do a little bit every week. And before you know it, you'll be way more streamlined. And as Peter, as you said, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if without a CRM, man, like, you're just gonna forget stuff.
Yeah. Well,
You're gonna,
100%. Those leads fall through the cracks. And again, you're seeing these people need more touches now, right? Post COVID, right? So pre COVID is everybody just money, 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 right? And now we're back to pre COVID times where people are a little bit tighter with their stuff. We're seeing the economy, we're seeing all that. And if you're not following up with them and staying relevant, you're out.
you're out, man. You're out.
Yeah. So, guys, with that, we could talk all day about marketing and everything like that. But like, guys, we just talked almost for an hour just on some simple tools that you guys can utilize that are going to bring you to the next level. So, without anything else to say, all the links and everything that Yusuf talked about will be in the description below. You're going to see a link to schedule a demo with his team. Get on that demo, see how it's going to be able to be utilized on your website and on your SMS and everything like that. Guys, this is easy stuff to capitalize for a small dollar value. You're only looking to sell maybe an additional 1 floor a month to pay for it. You guys are going to sell well more than that because I know that's what our guys already currently do. So it pays for itself very quickly. So any last things to say before we kind of wrap this up?
No, man, I don't think so. Pete, thanks for having me on, man. And I can't wait to get, we've been kind of I don't know about pushing off, but like we always want to collab more, but we're definitely going to get you, I want to get our users, all of our customers, more, give them more access to, your guys' material, because I know
Yeah.
with your background, man, and in chemistry and formulation stuff, I mean, like it would be, they should sue me for negligence for not introing you. So,
Well,
I gotta get you in there, man. So we're gonna make it happen.
yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And guys, one last thing before we talk about, as you know, we are always on a crusade. So if you guys don't have your mission, your vision statement, everything set up, another one you guys got to have set up is a crusade. So I actually made a note when he was talking earlier. He says he wants to help 1,000 flooring business, right? That's a crusade, right? That's a mission. That's a goal. Okay. So we have one too. And part of that is giving back to our community. So Yusuf knows this. A lot of you guys, if you've watched any other podcast, we have an amazing event coming up on February 26th in Dallas, Texas. That is the Concrete and Coatings Mastermind. So again, Floori is going to be there and everything like that. So we're going to learn about that then. But this event is all about business growth. Okay. So we're going to be learning from some of the top names in our industry all about how they have grown a business, whether that's from a W-2 employee to a business owner and then working on a floor to getting into on the business, not in the business, and hiring and marketing and acquisition, right? Are you looking to sell your company? Every level of business, we have a speaker to talk about. And so we're trying to level up the industry. So it's Dallas, Texas, February 26th. The link will be in the description below to get tickets. You highly need to be there if you're looking to grow your business in 24. So with that, that is our crusade, bringing everything back. So again, guys, I appreciate you listening to this one. This has been another amazing Beyond the Crete podcast. We're always bringing you guys new content and ways to level up your business. So make sure you guys click on those links below. Contact Yusuf for anything you need. If you need me for anything, my link in my description is everything below. Guys, drop comments. Make sure you follow and like this page, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks, guys.